Sunday the 26th of February, and we are on the Australian dollar US dollar. So let's have a look at the price action from last week on this market in relation to our analysis, and then we will have a look at what we're looking for the trading week ahead. Okay, so the first thing is the Australian dollar has been in a range relatively similar to the FTSE 100. It has been mostly chopping sideways and not really going anywhere. Now, with subscribers at the start of last week, all we did was we added in our sloping support and resistance line. You can see it being tested, and we've came down, tested, and into the end of last week also it was tested once again. What we were really looking for was breaks of the ranging price action. We had the false break the previous week. As it came down, we looked for support. We got a nice buy position off of this. Into last week, the market broke up once again. It came down. Again, what we were looking at, well, first of all, actually, as it broke up, where did it break up into? It broke up into the key resistance level that we went over in last week's analysis. We got the clue from the strong spike up on the 10th of November. The market then came back down once again. Subscribers were watching for potential bullish positions in the morning. We didn't get them. The Australian dollar just came down strongly, so we've had a false break, another false break, and then we began to look at the sloping support line. Now, we watched the sloping support line, I believe it was the 21st, and then also on the Friday. Now, we did see a nice reaction on the Friday. However, for me, there was no clear opportunity to get into that long position. And that's pretty much everything from last week. What we've had is price squeezing up against resistance. We've been following sloping support right here. So we've been having an ascending triangle, which has had a false break and another false break. Okay, so coming into next week, what are we looking at? Well, the sloping support line, first of all, right on the level. So coming into Monday morning, I want to see, are we holding above this or are we sitting below it? Oops, let me just mark it in. If we're sitting below, potential is there to look for the market to give us those sell positions coming down into the bottom of the range, which is, let's just mark it in, into these levels right here. And I should mention actually the support and resistance lines, they are not black today. It's just because I've been working on different videos for the Pro Trend Trader course, and I just haven't changed them back. But it's the exact same. This is the support line. We've seen the resistance line tested from the 10th of November. We spiked up. We'll be looking to see if we get the resistance. The sell positions down here remains strong support. And it's only if this level starts to break. So the market coming through. Again, if we come through, once again, pullbacks for potential sell positions. Now on the way down, we want to be a little bit careful of what? Just the MA200 acting as dynamic support. Just marking this in. And we also have a support level, which is tying in relatively nicely with where that MA200 is sitting currently. It's coming from the previous spikes up. This section of price action, we went over this numerous times in the past, looking at this for clues. We came down, we tested it very nicely, broke down, we broke above, came down, tested, and broke up once again. So this potential level of support, especially with the MA200, if it is still sitting in or really, relatively close to the zone. And then up above, well, we still have this whole section of resistance right here. Those are the main areas for next week, guys. Early clues for me will be coming from the sloping support. Just want to see if we're holding above, if we've broken below. Just gives a little bit of direction to what I'm looking at early morning, especially because if we're opening up above, it's very likely we're opening up above the resistance, which is right here, which will potentially turn it into support where we can look for the buy positions back up into the key levels. If we're opening below, it's broken a support line that's been holding for quite some time. It will be good to watch for resistance and potential sell positions down into the bottom of the range. Basically, all of our analysis is coming from the range. It's really similar to the FTSE 100. When a market is in a range, you're just looking at those key levels for your clues as to what is going on. It's only when it starts to break up or break down that you start to look out with the range. You don't want to try too often to guess the breakouts, especially if you're a longer term trader. As a day trader, it's a little bit different, but if you're a longer term trader, trying to guess the breakouts, you are going to get a lot of false breaks. So if you are going to do it, you want to make sure you have a consistent, reliable method for doing it. You don't just want to start jumping into moves as soon as they start breaking out of resistance or support, because you get lots and lots of false breaks on markets. Okay guys, so I hope you all have a good trading week next week. As always, I hope that was helpful. I'm James Orr, and thank you.